Greetings everyone, it's T2, and today, or actually yesterday, I finished reading Will Wight's Waybound, the final book of the Cradle series, book 12. And I gotta say, I liked it. I don't know why everybody doesn't like it. I heard a lot of reviews that people said this is one of the worst finales of a series. I mean, the finale wasn't great, but the book itself was on par with the other books. It was good. It's a little bit kind of like you're getting to the last book of an overpowered guy. It's one of those progression fantasies where a guy gets stronger and stronger, like Dragon Ball Z and time chambers and all kinds of training stuff. So it does get a bit ridiculous, but I like the whole story. I mean, I like the when he finally kills all the Dread Gods, he makes weapons out of them, and he gets the Bleeding Phoenix, he makes a cloak out of that. He makes he gets the Silent King's halo, this tiger thing. And there's the Wandering Titan, which I thought was just a big man. I guess it was more like a Godzilla or something like that. And there's the Weeping Dragon. He makes weapons out of them, and it's pretty sick. But then the ending, he's got this group of friends that he keeps leveling them up to become monarchs so they can ascend into the way and become these Abadan people that fix planets and the timelines and the world lines and the power that feeds this whole network of planets and societies and civilizations and stuff. And it's just they finally got so strong that now they just kind of get jobs. And that was but the ending that nobody likes, I guess, is Zeal. He was this guy, a force martial artist, and he had these horns. And he just ends up going to this planet, one of his first missions, and it's yeah, we don't really need anything killed. We just need you to make a tax code. We need you to write out a law so everybody doesn't use the world line powers because it's making the world die and stuff. So he's there's not anything I can kill, and nah, I just really need this new tax law. He's all right. He starts getting out an ink pen, starts writing out some laws. You do get Yaren and what's his name? The main character? Lyndon. Lyndon and Yaren have a child named Lirin. It's they took their two names and combined them, and he's taking his test to see what his specialty is going to be, and it becomes, it was a two-souled kind of a thing with ice or something like that. Kind of weird. It's kind of cool at the same time. I don't know. They ended up finding Ethan, who was the Reaper and all this kind of stuff. They didn't really meet up with it Northstrider and the other monarchs. Did they kill Northstrider? I think they made them. Some of them ascended. They made them ascend. But this definitely wasn't the worst. It was the biggest, longest book of the series. I think probably my least favorite was Soulsmith, and then Skysworn, and maybe Bloodline. Wasn't that great, but I like Black Flame. Unsold was it was the beginning, so it wasn't really that good, but it does kind of get you into it. My favorite was probably Ghostwater, and after that probably Uncrowned or Underlord, and then maybe Wintersteel, and then probably Reaper, then Black Flame, and then Dread God. And then Waybound will probably be next. And then the other two I didn't really like. A lot of people say Wintersteel was their favorite. I don't know. Wintersteel's maybe my fourth favorite. Anyway, it was a pretty long series. Anyway, I don't have that much to say about this, so I'm going to go into a book haul right now. So let me turn this back off. Okay. So I got a few things a while back that I don't even know if I remember what I got. Oh yeah, this is from a while back. A Clockwork Orange. Everybody told me I should read this. Anthony Burgess. He's the one who wrote that? Never heard of Anthony Burgess. I figured I would have heard of the author of A Clockwork Orange. House of Sand and Fog. Oprah's book club book. Andre Dubus III. Is this a movie? I think it's been turned into a movie. And then It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I don't remember getting this. What the hell? This is a well-used Smells like a woman. Yep, makes sense. Most of these books I got for like $1, so the highest books I got here are like $3. What I've done, I figured out if you go to half price books, they're kind of lazy. They have boxes and boxes and boxes of books that they just don't get around to sorting them and putting them on the shelf. There's no shelf space too, so they just kind of leave them in the boxes. So if you go to the back, you find like they have these shelves that says genre fiction. It's just like any kind of fiction. You'll find some pretty good stuff back there. So that's kind of my secret. I go back there right from the beginning and I look at the books that aren't on the shelves yet, and I get them. They had a few that were like good books, but I already had copies. Like Brian McClellan, Blood of Empire. They had that. I got The Gate Thief by Orson Scott Card. I don't know if I also got The Lost Gate, which I assume is the same series, but this one's a mass market one. A lot of Orson Scott Card's books are kind of too Mormon-y and like based on religion and stuff. So I don't know if they're as good as the Ender's Game. I did like the Memory of Earth, whatever series, but the other series, the Alvin Maker series, that is really one of the most underrated fantasy series. What is this? Rick Yancey, The Isle of Blood, third book in Monstrumologist series. So, never heard of that. There's that. Then we got The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. This one is about, it's about Kim and Michelle Richardson. It's about these blue people in Kentucky, which I've heard about. I think it's because they were inbreeding and they turned blue. Their skin turned blue. So I figured I'd get that. And then we've got, I found a Terry Pratchett, but it's pretty dirty. The edges are all like, I don't even know if this is part of the Discworld. Making Money, it's called. Is this part of Discworld? Yeah, Ankh-Morpork Post Office is running like I go. Okay, so I got a hardcover. It's my first hardcover Terry Pratchett. The Wish Granter by C.J. Redwine. Ravenspire novel. This is got blurbs by Marissa Meyer and some other people I haven't heard of. This is kind of a retelling of Snow White, I think. Then we got King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. Pretty sure this is the third or fourth book in the Red Queen. I've got the first two. I've got the something King or something. Oh, this is King. I got something Prince, maybe? I don't know. Rick Riordan, Trials of Apollo, Book 5. I didn't have that one. They had like 10 copies of this. Goodwill. Young Elites by Mary Lou. I don't know if this is part of the Champion series or if it's a different one. I think Champion series is only 4 books. I've got the first 3. Then we got David Gemmell, Sword in the Storm, Book 1 of the Brigante. I've heard about the Brigante. This is like an Andrew Wizardly Reads kind of a book. And then I found this Ken Follett, A Column of Fire. It looks like the same publisher as the Pillars of Earth copy that I have. I've never heard of this one. Oh, this is a Kingsbridge. I thought Kingsbridge was just 2 books. Hang on. I'm really confused now. Do I already have this? I don't have this. I looked it up on my little... This is Kingsbridge number 3. I didn't know there was 3 books. Alright, I needed this anyway. Cool, cool, cool. Very good. Then I got another copy of Michael Crichton's Disclosure. This is a hardcover, so I'll throw my paperback copy in the dupes bin. Yeah, this is getting into the half-price books. I went to the back. I saw Orbit. Orbit's always good. Reign of Iron. Angus Watson. Never heard of this one. It was on sale for $1. These were in the, well, this is book 3 of the Iron Age. I've never heard of that, but I gotta get the rest of it now. What do you call it? The on sale ones where you cheap stuff. You want to get rid of them real bad. Virals by Kathy Wright. Did I already have this? I already have this in paperback. I need to check it out. That's the woman that wrote the TV show Bones. And I've got Son of the Endless Night by John Ferris. When I picked this one up, I ripped the paper cover a little bit. But this one has it's about a possession, a demonic possession. Not since The Exorcist has there been such a powerful novel of demonic possession as Son of the Endless Night. Supernatural horror mixed with human weakness is to make blah blah blah. Anyway, it's got a blurb on the back by Stephen King. I think. I saw it somewhere. It's on the front. America's premier novelist of horror. Nobody does it better. And Peter Straub. Never heard of John Ferris, but it's pretty good marks. I got Spirit's End, Eli Monpress novel. Rachel Aaron. I've heard of Eli Monpress from what Andrew's Wizardly Reads. This is his kind of a deal. This was $3. What is the first one? The Legend of Eli Monpress. So this is probably book 3? I don't know. I'll eventually get around to that. And then we got Chaos Mage. This is another one I see on Andrew's Wizardly Reads shelf. It looks like this. There's like Battle Mage, Chaos Mage, and something else Mage. I always see it on his shelf. Finally got one of those. $3. Stephen Arion. Taryn Matharu blurb. Jen Williams blurb. This is kind of like some obscure stuff, but he reads a lot of obscure stuff. The Ill Earth War by Stephen Donaldson. Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. I don't think this is part of Thomas Covenant. Oh, it is. It says right here, Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. So I was eventually going to get this anyway, because I've got a few of those, I think. I got the second Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children. Or not school. I don't know. Hollow City. Second novel of Miss Peregrine's Peculiar Children. And then we got... I think I got this like again. I didn't have a hardcover copy of Dead in the Family. My mom's borrowing it right now, I think. Greg Isles, Natchez Burning. This is one I was missing of the Greg Isles books. I got a pictorial encyclopedia of birds. This isn't for me. I'm going to give this to Haval at work. He likes birds. He's always asked me about different kinds of birds. So now he's got an encyclopedia. And I got The Shadow of Ararat by Thomas Harlan. This was some kind of fantasy. It was like $1. Yeah, this was 99 cents. Goodwill. This apparently I don't have any Neil Asher. I thought I had a Neil Asher book. Terminal World. That's Alistair Reynolds. Okay, Peter F. Hamilton. Yeah, Neil Asher is another famous sci-fi writer. The Owner, Book 1, The Departure. So it's a first book of a series, maybe. And then I got The Black Opera by Mary Gentle. This looks really cool. I think I got this for $2. And this one's about a city in Naples, 19th century. It's like a fictional version of Naples. On the auspices of the Church, the sung Mass can bring about actual miracles like healing the sick or raising the dead. Something about music and opera and drama and stuff. Stage magic. I don't know, it just kind of gave me like a Kingsbridge kind of a feel to it. But I was like flipping through it and the dialogue looked really interesting, so I think it might be good. There's just so many other books on my plate. I don't know when I'll get around to reading some of these books. I'm talking about like 5-6 years in the future on some of these. Anyway, that's it for today.